Hey there, you guys. Before I leave this video, I wanted to do this real quick. This is the Pets Folio. It's another add-on if you want it. I did it as a separate add-on for the Heaven Journal because not everybody thinks that animals go to heaven. So I didn't want to put it in the regular kit, have people be upset with me. So what I did is I created a separate little piece, just 2 pages. It has a really cool painting of animals being together. And it's got a bunch of scriptures that, to me, it kind of sounds like animals are going. Our pets will be there. One of the verses talks about, I'll read it to you in just a second. I'm cutting this out, and I should use my paper trimmer, but I thought this would be faster if I just had 2 sheets, but maybe not. And so you're going to cut it out. And I know a lot of you already know how to do these because you've done my other journals, other parts and pieces. But if you haven't, and it's on the earlier part of this video too, where I did the Salvation Folio, it's exactly the same. And I'll show you what one looks like in my journal, my Thought Life journal. I'll show one that's all finished so you can see how it works. But you're going to cut these out, and then here's the one I was talking about. It says, and I heard every created thing. So that to me is every created thing that is in heaven or on earth or under the earth. And in parentheses, it says in Hades, the realm of the dead, or on the sea and everything that is in them, saying together, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb, Christ, be blessing and honor and glory and dominion forever and ever. So just the fact that they're all going to be singing his praises at the end. It says, it doesn't say people, it says every created thing. So I also know that God hates death. And I also know that there's no limit to God, what he could do or what the space he could create. I mean, they say that the universe is still expanding. And so it's not a matter of there won't be room for them. I don't know exactly how God would do it, but I think that it also, here's one, it says, if there is a natural body, there's also a spiritual body. This is in 1 Corinthians, and it's in a lengthy scripture that talks about how there's different kinds of flesh, that the man is different, animals are different, fish are different, they're different kinds of flesh. So, obviously they don't get saved like we do. They don't have decisions for salvation that man has. But God cares about them. And anyway, as you read through that scripture, it goes down a little ways, and then it says this. It says, if there is a natural body, there is also a spiritual body. So that to me is another little hint. Anyway, there's some other ones here that you can read. A lot of people just have no problem with it. They're just like, well, of course they're going to heaven. So I thought that if you have pets and you love pets and they're going to heaven, that's one of the saddest things. I mean, it's not sadder than when people die, but it's very sad because if you don't, people are going to heaven, but if pets aren't going to heaven and that's the end, well, that's just very sad because we get so attached to our pets. But I don't think that is the end of seeing them. So I thought this would be a nice little way to commemorate. I don't know about you, but I have quite a few that have passed on. And now I'm scoring these lines, and when I score, some people have scoring tools, and that's great. I am using the back of an X-Acto knife and just dragging it across the lines. And that works too. And you want to fold everything before you glue it. I don't know if you've watched the whole video. I just did this just a second ago with the other folded up piece. But just in case you are only watching the pet portion, you want to always fold them up before you glue them. Whoops. Oh, I'm going to be confused here. Okay, I printed and then reprinted on the backs of some papers, so I got to make sure I get the right thing here. Okay, so I left this tab on both sides, but you only want it on this front side. So you're going to cut this side off, and I just left it on there so it would be spaced out the same. So now I'm going to cut it off. And you want to make sure everything fits together. And this edge sticks out just a little bit on this one. And so I will just use distress ink or something to hide that. I'm not going to cut it off, I don't think. But anyway, once you get it all folded and you make sure that it fits inside this tab nice, then you can glue it. And you can use whatever glue you want to use on it. Using this glue because it dries really quick. And you want to line up, it's the crease that you want to get with. So when you glue it down, put it in the fold and then turn it up so you get that fold in within the fold. That's the thing that will mess you up the most if you don't get it right. And then press it down like this while it's folded. If you try to fold it, if you try to glue them together flat and then fold them, it will just wrinkle and buckle and make a mess, so don't do that. Well, you know, I think I will trim this one. It made a difference on the other one, but this one I don't think it's going to make a difference, so I will just cut it. And then I'll still use distress ink on it. Okay. All right, so that's that. That's your pet. Oh, I was going to show you how it looks when you glue them in. Oh, let's see. Get out my Thought Life journal real quick. Here it is. This was the Worry Folio, Anti-Worry Folio. So this is the same format right here. And I glued the tab on the edge of a page in my journal and then put washi tape over it with the glue to reinforce it on both sides. So I'll have this, and then when it folds up, it's inside the journal like that. So when you open it, you'll also have these pages that you may want to do something with that relates to what you've got folded up. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. For real this time.